AI models such as Flux Context to make it so I could take a picture of myself and then turn it into a thumbnail. And this one's pretty good. Like this still looks like me, right? So I prompted add dirt on the face, add headband, put me in a cave with a glowing background. And although it kind of changed like my position, it didn't really change my face. And then I was able to take that image and then add text in the background of it to be like 90% will miss it, and then it changes it to the background. I'm like, this quality is sick, right? Like if I can make all my thumbnails look like this, that would be insane. But this is like majority of the outputs I'm getting. Like this is so bad. Like for example, I was trying to prompt things, and it's like I got an output like this, bro. Like I'm not using this as a thumbnail. Like it's not it's not a good thumbnail. I heard, however, that we could actually fine tune a Flux context model to make a better YouTube thumbnails. So I was looking at Canva and I'm seeing all of this and I'm wondering if I could just take like all of these pictures and like I wonder if I could train a base flux model on these images on this like set from Canva because like these are good thumbnails. And I wonder if I could take these images, train a base model on Flux or like train a base model on Replicate with these base models, and then maybe edit it so it's my face. Like, can I edit my face on these thumbnails? Like, for example, I tried this image editor of myself. So I did already train a model on myself, right? And it's not bad at all, actually. So if I take this, like standing arms crossed, this will generate photos of me that I made. And let's see how they come out. Let's see how they come up. See how they come out. So they're not bad, trust. And they're a little horrifying. Well, we'll see right now. Come on. It shouldn't take that long to gen. They're pretty quick. Okay. I didn't give it the best photos of myself. I give it 15 photos of myself and it came out mid. It's to be expected. Like that one's creepy. That's uncanny. See, but if you go through the gallery, you can see other gens that I got. Okay. My app just doesn't want to work anymore. Give me one sec. Butoshi thumbnail generator. npm run dev. This one should have like my gallery of photos. Oh, I guess they're not loading. Well, anyways. Why are none of these loading? Okay, whatever. But TLDR, right, this is a Flux Context dev lore. Someone trained a model to render this image to look like a PS1 game. So they train images to look like PS1 games. Can I train a Flux Context model to make good YouTube thumbnails? Well, I guess I'll first start by just downloading all of these. How much is this data set? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got 25 images in this data set. That should be good enough to actually make an image. So can I just export all of these? Let me see. First, okay, wait. First, let's go to the base Flux, right? Let's go to the base Flux dev. Flux dev, text to image, yes. And first, let's see if we could get Claude to generate an image raw. So actually, hold on, I'm gonna ping my stream real quick on Twitch. I feel like I should change my title for Twitch. It doesn't matter. Let me copy this. Streaming Flux Dev Training. If you want to learn about AI image models at... Okay. First thing I want to test is, can we have Claude generate a, I guess, base YouTube thumbnail? So if I give it an example of these pictures from Canva, where'd it go? Okay, if I give it an example of these pictures from Canva, all right, I just kind of like grab this bunch. I go to Claude. Hello. Cool. I have access to a text to image generator. Can you please create me a detailed prompt that could generate any of these images I just gave you in the data set? Give me 10 different gens attempting to hit 10 different pictures from this data set. What I'm first doing is seeing if I could prompt with the base model, which is Flux Dev, before I fine tune or before I train it, to see that if it could just simply generate these images already and if they were trained internally in the data set. So if I paste this in, oh, we could actually, it streams. We could actually see it get made in real time. That's so interesting. That's really interesting. This looks horrible though, but it's interesting. So number one sucked. What about number two? How does number two look? Hello. Oh, that's like, it's not terrible of a thumbnail. Right, okay, so number two is interesting. Let's keep track of that. One, sucks. Two, interesting. Podcast thumbnail. Let's see what a podcast thumbnail style would look like. Huge fan. Oh, hello, Dean. This is a professional thumbnail. I like this. It's really interesting. It's a young woman wearing headphones, speaking to professional microphone, dark charcoal background, elegant script text, daily podcast in white. What if I regen that? It's a very high quality thumbnail. It's so interesting. Okay. Okay. Three, very clean and professional. So number three is a very clean professional gen. Let's keep going through this. This is an epic gaming thumbnail. How does this look? PlayStation and Xbox logos. Epic game adventure. And they're not. These are actually. This is a pretty sick logo. You know. Like what I consider a sick logo is like the text is visible and like it would stand out in a YouTube thumbnail. This looks clean. Looks very clean. All right, let's say sick gaming logo stands out. All right, and number five is we got this Moody SING. See, this is okay. Banger. This is clean. This is a banger. This is really good. That first one was really good. This one doesn't even say the text. But that first one was really good. That one doesn't say the text. Okay, that was like a god tier first gen. Wait, look at that first gen again. No, it doesn't want to show. Cool. Okay. Well, that first gen was actually an insane banger. Okay. Clean. Is number one the only one that sucked? Hold on, might as well go through this. We're halfway. How does this look? Like, that's a fun thumbnail. How to create, and the text just got incoherent. And showing the YouTube play button for some logo. It's definitely trained on like good thumbnails. It's kind of like recognizing. Fortunately, there's like a play button here and the text is off. What if I up the guidance scale so it listens anymore? Okay, upping the guidance scale just kind of made it worse. Does the text get more coherent if I up the number of inference steps? No. It is not. What's up, Dead Polaroid? Does the text get better if I... What if I 10 guidance scale? What does that look like? What is going above a 3.5? Whoa! Coherent text! And I only went up by 3.5. Wait, look at that. Coherent text, how to create your own channel. If I go to 3.5, doesn't even show the text. How to create your own channel, does see weird. If I go back to 4, guidance scale. That's so interesting. That's it. It just took a point. Oh, let's test a couple more. That's it. Really? Really? All we have to do is up the guidance scale by 0.5 and it makes coherent text. Like, this is 3.5. This is actually really interesting. This is for Flux context. This is for Flux dev. So if you want Flux dev to actually make accurate text, depending on what you put in, check this out. The guidance scale by default is 3.5. Well, that one was right first try. See, usually we're getting weird gens like this, okay? Where it's just like how to create your own, show you now, right? How to own your safe, what? How to create your own channel, right? So there's kind of like, some of it will be coherent. Now, if we just up the guidance scale by 0.5 and make it a 4 instead of a 3.5, look at this. Boom, one shot, instant coherency. It's like still processing. Is it accurate? Why create? So that one, no. Was I just lucky? How to create your own channel? I mean, most of these are coherent. This one has a bunch of random text. What if I up it by another 0.5? Okay, this is going. The lady's kind of gone now. So I might be burning. So I guess 4 allows us to have, what if I try going up 4.25? I use this prompt for image prompts. So you give this to Claude and then ask it to make an image prompt. Okay, let's try this. This is interesting. Let's go back to Claude. Let's paste this in. What does this context say? Theoretical framework, let V be the space of all possible expressions. So we're talking about fundamental visual components, relationship between elements, transformations, composition. Oh, this is very interesting. So you're literally it's specifically for Flux. Oh, nobody, my goat. What's up, Shaq? Element analysis, element selection relationship, multi-model integration. This framework guide provides a comprehensive approach to understanding and applying visual language. Okay. Let's try. I want to replicate. What's a thumbnail I would want to replicate? What's up, Dugan? What's up, Shaq? How y'all doing? Let's say, like, what would slap for my style? There's something clean about this that I like, especially when it comes to like teaching people about AI. This is sick. So we're working on exploring Flux context and image prompting on a deeper level, so I could make better, consistent thumbnails. Cause like this was cool, right? And this came from this image. So I put myself here, turned it into this thumbnail, and then added text. And then I posted that to YouTube as a thumbnail done. And it's like I personally think that's a sick. You can basically provide any information as right there. You can basically provide any information as context. Whoa, why are you guys so small? You know what I kind of want? I kind of want a stream layout. So I could like, can we just prompt a stream layout so I could like have my little text box here and then have, whoa, wait. I kind of want to try that. That could be sick. And I just have like my visuals here and then I just have like chat right here so it's clean. Nobody said you can basically provide any information as context to help the model infer your intention and then craft visual metaphors. Okay, now actually sidetrack, not just for thumbnails. Now I want a stream layout. I actually, yeah, I want to put like my camera in a transparent area and then put chat there. No, we definitely could. That's the thing. The thing is, we definitely could. But like, kind of like showing my full screen. I don't know, just to test it. What's like a clean stream layout? Like if I copy this and then I give it my aesthetic, like this is my aesthetic, right? On Butoshi, this is my aesthetic. Can you generate me a stream overlay so I can use it for my screen in one shot? And I want to take this, and I actually want to use this prompt and see if we can generate better thumbnails. So if I take this, and then just put this in another one, just to have two at once going. At the top center is pixel text Butoshi in thick golden letters. Below that is smaller text vibe coding professor, large triangle. Like, what does this generate? Okay. Not quite my tempo. Not quite my tempo. Perhaps. Back to testing the YouTube thumbnail thing. So I really like what do you guys see as my aesthetic? Help me out here. Like you're seeing, like, let me show you one of my favorite YouTube channels and his aesthetic. This is the guy that got me into AI. His name's AI Jason. All right, banger, absolute quality content. I heavily recommend his info. This is his channel aesthetic. It's just black. Just black with like big like yellow, but it's like very clickable, high CTR. He has like a title and then his thumbnail adds to it. Like tired of AI-ish UI, here's how to make it better. Like Cloud Designer's here, Cloud Designer 3.0, add some thumbnail, like very clean, simple aesthetic. I'm kind of all over the place right now, but these are my best videos right now. It's just like me with this, but I don't know. I'm still trying to like kind of figure stuff out. And like these are just my ChatGPT gens. It is a fire shit meta, but we need our own meta. We need a Butoshi meta. So what can Butoshi do to find a good thumbnail? It's gonna be interesting. Like learn vibe coding. No, maybe. Because this one's this is like too friendly. This is too like, oh my god, day in my life vlog. That's too intense. This could be simple. We would need someone. We need a color so people see the color and they go, that's Butoshi. Right? Instantly from the thumbnail. They see it in a YouTube homepage. Right? They see like a random thing here, go, that's Butoshi. Like, okay, who's the best coder? This is an interesting benchmark. Actually, this is a really interesting
Hey there everyone, we have already covered the benchmarks of mission. So I think I'll do it as well. And now you can see it is actually
spinning. Videos like this. People find that interesting. That's also interesting. We could like live stream, tests, and then put them together. None of these thumbnails on my homepage right now are slapping. These are all kind of mid. I'm not like gonna lie. Like this is Spider-Man. That doesn't count. Well, most of it is just like music anyways. Like what's Matthew? Matthew is another great
super
AI
intelligence reaching.
Like this is his style. His style is just his face. And he's reusing some of his face. Maybe I'm overcomplicating the thumbnail. But you see this, like he has an aesthetic here. He has like that gray in the background, or like the space gray in the background, and then like white text and then red text. And that looks really good. I guess let's just play. So what's I need some YouTube thumbnail concept ideas. Generate me 10 YouTube thumbnail concepts I could try out. I am an AI educator, so that my content would be focused on that. Just deep research academic paper about what makes people click. Okay, let's get into psychology. Archivex. Archivex. So there's a deep research for Archivex who could actually go. I don't know. It's a fun fact if you didn't know this. Archive. ArcX. Let's call it Archive. Archive. This guy dropped a deep research assistant that goes through every single academic paper. So your research, your deep research, is actually backed by academic papers and not random blogs or sources from the internet. In this case, get me the latest research on what makes a good YouTube thumbnail and the psychology behind why people would click. Specifically, I'm an AI educator and my content is revolved around more lessons and showing people cutting edge technology and AI and software. So my audience is definitely like a more intelligent one. So I would like to appeal to them. Actually, we could do a test real quick. We could see which deep research agent is the best. This could be interesting. So, okay, ArchiveX. Let's do deep research here. So now it's gonna find me the psychology of the YouTube thumbnail click-through rate for educational content. Now if we go to ChatGPT and we go to deep research, space that's in, and let's try Perplexity. So Perplexity has a deep research mode as well. And I would like to see what all of them think. ChatGPT deep research always asks you for follow-up questions. So it's like, would you like research to focus on general YouTube thumbnail best practices or specifically those relevant to educational or AI/tech related channels? I want both. Are you interested in psychological studies, A/B testing case studies, industry reports, combination? Combination, A/B test is very interesting to me. Combination, A/B test sounds very interesting as well. Plus psychology, of course. Should the research include thumbnail design trends in 2024, 2025, especially for high engagement? Yes, it should. Oh, test Gemini. Okay, Gemini deep research is a good one to test that too. Let's go to Gemini deep research, paste this in, and see what he says. Are there any other deep research agents that I am missing? So, okay, we're in a very interesting workflow now. We got 4 deep research agents doing deep research on what makes good YouTube thumbnails based on the CTR and psychology of the human mind. And then once we get the good research, we're going to turn that into an actual YouTube thumbnail and then see if we could train a model on that. So, okay, let's see what ArchiveX says. For an intelligent audience, I think that is about it. For an intelligent audience, so visual clarity and readability are paramount. Paramount in this case meaning very important, yes. Yes, more important than anything else. Okay. For an intelligent audience interested in AI and cutting edge technology, your thumbnails need to convey information quickly and clearly. Studies show that clear outlines, readable text boxes, and well-chosen fonts are crucial. This means legible fonts, avoid overly decorated or thin fonts, stick to clean sans serif fonts. So like, I guess kind of high contrast. Ensure your text stands out against the background. Use strong contrasting colors to make your titles pop. Uncluttered layouts. Your audience is looking for information, not visual noise. Keep the design clean and simple, avoiding too many elements that can distract from the main message. Strategic text placement. Placing text at the top and bottom of a thumbnail can be effective, especially for vertical viewing on mobile devices. Oh, okay. Relevance and accurate content representation build trust. Your audience values accuracy and substance. The thumbnail should be a true representation of your video's content to set appropriate expectations and avoid clickbait, which can erode trust over time. This is especially important for educational content where credibility is key. I'm not super clickbaity. No, I'm not clickbaity at all. I tell people what it is. The image and text should clearly communicate what the video is about. If you're discussing a new AI model, consider using a visual representation of that model or a key concept from the video. You can use short, impactful phrases or keywords on your thumbnail that directly relate to the core learning objective of the video. For example, GPT-5 Explain or demystifying diffusion models. Engagement and motivation through intellectual curiosity. While broad emotional appeal might be less relevant for your specific audience, intellectual curiosity and the promise of new knowledge are powerful motivators. Ooh, you could hook smart people. Instead of using sensational images, consider visuals that spark intellectual curiosity. This could be a complex diagram simplified, a visual metaphor for an abstract AI concept, or a compelling image. Problem solution framing. If your video addresses a specific problem in AI software, your thumbnail could subtly hint at the solution or value proposition of watching the video. For example, a question mark alongside an image of complex code, leading to a video that solves that complexity. Oh, adding a little layer of mystery aura. For an intelligent audience, subtle cues of authority and expertise can be engaging. This could involve professional-looking graphics. That's true. You could try Mr. Beast ViewStats company for thumbnail inspiration. Didn't they have an AI thing and they got bullied out of it? They're so lame, bro. I hate half my generation. I don't hate half my generation. They're ignorant and it's not their fault. But wow. Wow, Zoomers are missing out. Can you believe that? Can you guys believe that 57% of Zoomers like me, like you probably, like absolutely hate AI and will never touch it or use it? Bro, you know what this is gonna do? Let's actually talk about that because that's a serious problem. Yes, AI is bad for the water and the environment. There are solutions in place being used, such as creating specific AI training chips that don't use water at all to avoid using water for cooling these training models, right? So let's get the environmental hazards out the way. 57% of Zoomers of our generation either hate AI because it takes away from their work or takes away from artists, blah, 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 you know, typical BS. Majority of these people are just following other people from TikTok comments and either never trying the technology themselves or being sheep or actually being too afraid to go against the curve. Because when you go on TikTok and you open these comment sections, it's literally just filled with hatred. Like if there's an AI ad or AI usage, it's filled with hatred. Top comments are hatred, hatred, hatred. So if you see that and you're actually interested in this technology and you see a majority of your population, a majority of your specific age audience is like hating this, you're not gonna go against the friction. Because most people are scared, they're not confident, and they want to take the safer route. So the safer route in this case is actually to hate AI because the TikTok comment section is telling you to hate AI, which is very pathetic, but a lot of people don't have self-sovereignty, especially my generation, who are absolutely burnt out from TikTok shorts. Burnt out, bro. No one can focus anymore. No one can process information. A lot of people are actually very stupid. And it's very sad to say, but they are very stupid. And a lot of people are becoming worse. No one knows how to think. And this is like an exponential thing because of like most recent technology. And it's like, yes, they are all sheeps. No one wants to have their own opinion. People are too scared to have their own opinion. And that's going to cause this like insane generational gap between the people who could actually think for themselves and use technology like AI to enhance. And it's just causing this like insane rift where it's like half of Gen Z is going to be up here and then the other half of Gen Z is going to be up here. And by the time that some of these guys in this little herd and these little sheets want to like catch up, are they already way up here, bro? You got a lot to go. Wait, that's so funny. Think said, what's up, Binky Lum? Good to see you again, my boy. He said that's good for competition, less good for society. You know, it's amazing for competition, bro. Like, people who want to find their way will find their way, and a majority of people are gonna eat shit. It's the life they chose. Not my problem, not your problem. Okay, so kind of the concept I got from this YouTube thumbnail research in general is to honestly, like, this is like everything that Matthew does here. Like, check out Matthew's stuff. So like, let's compare this research, right, just to like check and like clarify in our own head. So a couple of things, actually, let's do this. So first thing I noticed, very easy text to read, very clean design. Matthew adding his face here makes it it's the word I'm looking for, credible, because we could see him. We could see like Claude just got a big update, performance lead. Oh, first off, beautiful title, beautiful thumbnail combo. I see that Claude just got a big update. Check out view stats because they got other tools too. I will check out view stats. Check out view stats in a bit. But let's look at Matthews first. So boom, Claude just got a big update. Opus 4.1, performance sleep. Instantly offer it. The industry reacts to GPT OSS 27 minutes ago. GPT OSS Fallout. His face makes it very easy to recognize his videos. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so that's what I want. I want to be able to add my face to thumbnails, make it so my face is recognizable, so people instantly understand that that's a Butoshi video. I want to be able to convey the... Honestly, it's kind of just like a stop. I feel like this is interesting. So, okay. This actually directly... So, like, I'm looking at this Rubik's Cube thumbnail specifically. And then this thumbnail specifically right here, where it shows, like, this chart. So, the text is really small, but this is, like, one of his best performing videos of the last week. So, like, this one... Oh, there's really... Okay, so this, and this are his best performing videos in the last week. And taking the knowledge from the ArchiveX paper is specifically this one, the engagement and motivation through intellectual curiosity. So I was very interested in seeing this chart where it's like intelligence explosion, like the AlphaGo moment for AI models. It's all right to reuse the same face images too. That is true. Okay. So how do we make something like this ourselves and make it look cool? I really like this aesthetic, but we gotta make our own aesthetic. We gotta be creative. So let's generate some. So I really like these. I really like this thumbnail. So we're gonna go back to, is this a new chat? Okay, so this chat, let's take this. I'm gonna paste in the images of Matt. I'm also gonna paste in the latest research. Oh, real quick, these should be done. No? Because the ChatGPT just never decided to work. So, my YouTube link on Twitch isn't working. It's not. All right, where do I even have a YouTube link? Oh, I appreciate it. Because it's actually Butoshi regular. How do I change this? Edit. I'll worry about that later. So the channel is actually just Butoshi, not King Butoshi. Thank you so much for actually pointing that out. So this is a channel. Okay. I understand now. I understand it now. Gemini is still doing research. Perplexity says that the most powerful psychological mechanism driving clicks is a curiosity gap, the space between what viewers know and what they want to know. For AI educators, this means creating thumbnails that reveal just enough to intrigue without giving everything away. Research shows this desire for information closure is one of the most basic drivers of human behavior. So having an open thought loop in people's heads, you know, I'm going to research. I'm going to rename my title to Researching Psychology to make my thumbnails. Let's call it Researching Psychology with AI. See how that looks. See if that pops up good. Okay. I don't know if I just wiped my viewers by updating my channel title. I hope I didn't. Oh, it should be fine. Gemini sometimes... Wait, let's look at this real quick. Gemini sometimes does 500 web pages as potential sources. Google doesn't even visit the websites, so I'll just cache properly. Yeah, they're kind of tripping. So they're all saying something different, which is very interesting. What Perplexity says the most is kind of similar to what ArchiveX said, deep research. But it's about the curiosity gap. And I've seen this before. Creating thumbnails that reveal just enough to intrigue without giving everything away. Research shows the desire for information closure is one of the most basic drivers of human behavior. For a sophisticated audience, effective curiosity gaps include showing complex AI diagram where one mysterious component is highlighted, displaying code snippets with a crucial section blurred or highlighted, presenting before/after results without revealing the method. Human brains process visual information 60,000 times faster than text. That's a crazy fact, actually. This dude grew fast on Insta. Who's this? Who's this dude? Human brains process visual information 60,000 times faster than text. This creates a critical 13 millisecond window where your thumbnail must communicate value. Using similar thumbnails too. For technical content, this means leveraging visual hierarchy and clear information architecture in your thumbnail design. See, so the goal here for me is how do I become one of the best AI content creators in the world? I guess one of the best content creators in the world, period. So start with AI though. Let's focus on AI, specifically AI. I have access to an entire arsenal and tool set of cutting edge technology that majority, 99% of the world has no idea how to use nor know exist. Right, that's just the facts of the situation right now. For you guys watching, that's like literally what we're doing. We're using AI technology to research a very complicated topic, human psychology, to apply it to our specific niche and field, and specifically to help us with thumbnails. So by understanding the human psychology of what goes into good thumbnails should lead me to creating good thumbnails, which will lead to an increase in my growth. That is the thesis here. Who's this guy? Nick Sarev. See his thumbnails. So these are all reels, I assume. Can I not? Okay, I'm gonna have to view this on my phone, but that's okay. Let's get some screen mirror action going on so that we could just like do this research live together, right? So this is actually very interesting. Thank you for showing this. Let's look into it. So first off, I have to lock my phone to use it. Let me open my Instagram on my phone first before. Let me see what happens when I open Instagram first. Yeah, just to make sure. Not like there's anything inappropriate there, but I just can't get caught lacking. I'm doxing myself. All right, so this is my Instagram. Let's go to Nick. Bro, I hate Instagram. It's literally just filled with gooner content. It's actually disgusting. So it's so small. I wish I could make this bigger. Can I make this bigger? Can I like, hold on. Let's try making a new iPhone. Let's try making a new scene called iPhone. And then let me get a window capture. Window capture, first off. Let me get my video here. Right, hello. And then let me get a media source. No, that's video. Let me get a screen capture will do. And then can I make this my window capture? And then make this the iPhone mirroring, just so we could full screen. Okay, I'm going deep. This is deep research right now. And then actually I missed chat. I need chat with me real quick. All right, let's do some deep research together, like this. So what makes this guy's thumbnails good? Can you guys see that good? Does it kind of get the gist across? I would assume so. So first off, look at that. Very easy information to just read off rip. Let me make this bigger. He just started this account on January? On January. What? So first off, thumbnails, all bangers. All bangers. All bangers. These are so good. Like, instantly gets the point across. Invisible AI for your meetings. It talks about Cluely. It's talking about N8N, 2000 plus free. AI tool to build apps in 30 minutes. He's talking about Cursor. He's talking about Manus. How often does he post? Like, when was this Cluely video posted? 4 hours ago? When was this posted? 18 hours ago? It's not. Wait, let me get my audio capture working too. Hold on. Oh my god, he just showed off a GitHub repo and there's like a 20-second video and it's going crazy. Oh, the sound design. Oh, bro, the sound design is so good. Where do you find editors like? He does engagement farm by asking people to DM to get access to any GitHub links or repos. Every single one of them is engagement farming. Comment Neo, comment Spark, comment Kimmy, comment Base, comment Prompt, comment Coding, comment Pinocchio. Okay, every single one of this is. I see that. Okay, so just like instantly breaking this down because this is like really good info to just kind of like look at. First off, this account grew. Started January, already at 300K followers. He has a YouTube. Check out the YouTube. Actually, real quick, Instagram analysis because I find this very interesting. Thumbnails, all bangers. All right, all bangers. Gets like the thumbnails, like gets the thing out the way, provides information off rip. You go on his page, you instantly see all of this. Consistent. Videos, very short. Bro, these are so good. I can't. Bro, you hear that sound design? Like actually like chat, do you hear that sound design? Because it's very, very important that you hear that sound design. Sound design is such an underused aspect of like creating videos or even creating engaging sites or anything. Like the act of clicking something and getting a noise or notification is a very powerful like psychological click that gives you dopamine. So it's like literally just being self-aware of my own brain, like hearing the sound effects in this video, like the click and the and it's the same sound effect now that I'm like realizing it for our video. You can't hear the videos? No audio from the phone? Damn it, hold on, give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec, Just so you guys get a reference. I'm gonna like log in to Instagram real quick. Can I not? You have a phaser on top of your voice and the application audio isn't being streamed? Oh. Oh, I see. Whoops. Okay, let's go back. Okay, this one. What about now? No, it's just not capturing it. I just want to capture it. Okay. We're kind of trolling. Maybe I could pull it up on my phone and then just play it into my microphone. Just to like close this out. Like look. Oh. Get off my Bluetooth, bro.
AI tool turns average employee. This invisible AI tool turns average employees into weapons, and nobody even knows that they're using it. It's called Cluely. Cluely sees your screen, it hears your conversations, and it
I don't know if you can hear it from like the phone. It might be like pretty like low quality, but very good. Okay, that's insane. Oh, last thing I wanted to do is just like check out this dude's YouTube. What does his YouTube thumbnails look like? Because he knows it. Like he's hitting all base factors of psychology. Also, the engagement farm is really good.
Today I'm gonna start.
So actually, I would like to connect. AirPods real quick. Like, his thumbnails look nice. I like Matt's thumbnails better though. So see if we can replicate Matt's thumbnails. Generate me 10 prompts that make me thumbnails that look exactly like this. See if we can get this. See if we get these prompts to gen these. And then maybe I'll try getting prompts. Okay, this is with the visual language expression system prompts. Let's see how well this performs. Large white text, GPT-5 at the top left. Now, why is it saying top left and all these are on the top right? Maybe Claude isn't good at this. Yo, nobody, what AI model do you use when you're generating these? I'm just curious. It's actually like very important piece of information to know. Use ChatGPT, regular? Because that could be like a big differentiator. Use Gemini. Ooh, see that? That is good context to know, brother. Let's do this. Okay, so that is your system prompt. Yes. I want these images. Because I'm like, Claude doesn't seem to understand. Honestly, I'm growing very fond of Gemini. Gemini is one of my favorite models to talk to. Recently. Like, looks alright. I don't, like, I wouldn't click on that. I don't know. At least he has 5 fingers. Like, shit's better than this. Try this. Generate me 10 thumbnails that look like this. Based off this system prompt. Also don't need to set a thinking budget. Let's see. I should follow like the sound thing for my own stream. Okay. The prompt needs to be guided with research about best practice businesses for process the template to exploiting the curiosity gap. Oh, that's so true. I didn't put the research in here. So let's put the research right here. Thumbnail, psychology, research. See that? Let's get our research. Can we combine all of this? Can I just like put this here? What if I make like one God prompt? What if I take this prompt that you sent me? Where'd it go? Thumbnail. Where's the system prompt? Okay. I'm gonna take the system prompt. I'm gonna go to another AI Studio chat. And then I'm going to say, people do need more meta prompting. You're so right. You're so right, King. Let's go. System prompt for image generation. Right. And then the thumbnail psychology research. Thumbnail psychology research. 1. So I want this info. Thumbnail psych research 2. Let's put in the perplexity response is interesting, right? And then Google's long ass response here. It's about the same. Let's do thumbnail, psych, research 2. Oh, this is 3 actually. Yes. Okay. Now, taking the first original system prompt on instructing good text prompts to put into an image generator, can you take the psych research and focus the first prompt and create me a system prompt to allow AI systems to create high click-through rate, psychology hidden YouTube thumbnails for an educational AI channel? Just leave it at that. Taking the first original system prompt. See what that does. See how that consolidates. So we're taking nobody's prompt, which is this, which is context for task, visual language expression. And then we're putting in the research we got from Gemini, from Perplexity, and from the Alpha ArchiveX. I will say, this is like, out of all this research, these were kind of extra, right, in terms of content. Perplexity. But I like how Perplexity and ArchiveX was straight to the point. Gemini yapped a lot. Or like, this got straight to the point and was easier for my brain to understand and click. So I would say, out of all of these, oh, we could watch
Today
YouTube
we're
videos. That's so interesting.
Talking about thumbnails. If you want more views on YouTube, you have to make better thumbnails. This is such a critical piece that most people overlook because
I see. Ooh, text descriptions must be at the very beginning of the prompt. The total word count of the prompt must not exceed 200 words. Use absolute spatial descriptions, like on the left side of the image, instead of relative ones. Enhance the prompt with rich context. Don't use symbols. Use simple sentence structures. Break down multiple complex into multiple short repeated sentences. Took all that research to make this short ass prompt. I mean, it's short and good. Frame the image to pose a visual. I don't know. Good to be good. What if I have the same chat like generate me an image based off these thumbnails? This is like the last experiment. Generate me prompts that replicate these images with a random person. It's like, bro, the world doesn't even know that Flux context or Flux dev exists. I need to be utilizing this to my advantage to make god tier thumbnails. What am I doing? I am doing exactly this. So we're gonna do a before and after, okay? Before we did all this research, this was like one of the prompts. This one I just said to light the computer on fire. But after this god tier research, let's see how good my prompts get. So actually, what happens specifically if I use wait, where do I use, where can I put in my link to my custom model? I'm in. It's pretty clean. The texture's big. It gets the person on the left. It like centers the text on the right consistently. It's not bad. Yo, I kind of rock with like the darkish gray. Okay, hold on. Like, what does this look like? It's here. Yo, these are, it did replicate them. Yo, this is good. This is good. I like this. I like this a lot. This is, they're clean. Okay, let's try a third one. I like this huge leap one. Like, okay, not bad, right? Now, what if I take, how can I? Yeah, they are good. No, they're all really good. For thumbnails, where it's just like, okay. So if I take the generator I made of myself, hold on, pause. Let me generate something of myself real quick, just so that my flex context has a request, and I can pull it up. Okay, let's test it with the generator of myself. I believe my keyword is what's my keyword? Let me wait for this to be done first. Where's my request history? Accounts, playground, usage, apps. What am I looking for? Oh, it's replicate that has my custom model, right? Okay, it is. So yeah, it looks terrifying. I gotta refix my thumbnail. But what's the keyword prompt here? Oh, okay, so it's so we try these. Remake this, but to use. These look good. To reuse. So I'm like typing text right here. These look good to reuse. What the? This looks good. This looks good. Remake them, but instead of the man, use keyword. So I want to like remake it with my, so when you train image models or fine-tune flex context or fine-tune flex models or image models in general, you fine-tune with a trigger word. So the trigger word for myself is my name, but with a $sign and a number. It's actually very important. The reason why my trigger name is like a mix of these weird symbols is because there's no keyword, there's no token inside of Flux, inside of the image model itself, that is similar to this at all. So when you're fine-tuning or training a Flux model on images, it's very important, by the way, pay attention. Actually, I'm gonna pause the music. When you are fine-tuning an image model like Flux, or any other image model that comes out, you have to think of these image models as they have worlds inside of them, right? They have like infinite vector storage inside of these models. And depending on the word or the context you use determines what vectors are pulled out of it, right? So imagine a Flux image model or any image model, AI in general, but specifically an AI image model as having like all of these images inside of it. So when you prompt a Flux model, you prompt an image model, you're not creating something from the model, you're actually just retrieving something that's already inside the model. So there's like literally an endless amount, millions, hundreds of millions, potentially like billions of possible combinations that you could extract from the model. So depending on the specific system prompt you use, it then finds like where that image inside of itself is and pulls it out. Now, if we fine tune a model on a token that is not currently inside of the model, then it's very easy to teach the model that concept and then pull that concept out whenever we want. Now in this case, I use the word saint, which is me. And let's see how this works. If I just generate a model like this, and I get a 16 by 9, and I generate 4 models at the same time with a 3.5 context scale. And see how that generates. So this is like our model on ourself that we're using to try to generate good YouTube thumbnails based off the psychology that we just observed and studied. And let's see if it works. It made me, why did it make me look old? These are horrifying, by the way. These are actually terrifying. I hate it. Okay. Now, these are uncanny. I look like a demon. I don't like this. Okay, let's try the other method of we have a already existing image of ourselves and we want to use Flux Context Pro to take an image of ourselves. Okay, actually I think actually just to defend myself better, if I had a better image model that understood me on a deeper level, maybe if I try oh, that's why it made me old. God fucking damn it. Say is middle-aged and Caucasian. No, bro. Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta redo. I didn't look at the prompt. That was my ignorance. Not middle-aged or Caucasian. So, actually, the proper keyword. That was my mess up. I was about to walk away. I was about to be so mad, bro, for no reason. I'm a male human with black curly hair. Okay. Saint is on the left side of the image. Saint is young, black, and Asian. Would it know me if I put Blasian? Is a young Blasian man. He has curly. He has black curly dark hair. His expression. So I noticed when I put shock in these models too, it's terrifying. Like his eyes are wide open. That's gonna make terrifying gens. He's pointing with his right index finger towards the text. The background is a dark concrete wall. The saint has a bright white outline around him. So let's clean this up. See how the background is a dark textured concrete wall. Saint has a bright white outline around him. The text is bold and white with a red outline and a black drop shadow. I do like that text. So okay, if you don't make me a middle-aged Caucasian man, his expression is a warm smile. He's pointing his right index finger towards the text. Okay, let's try this. See if this works. This might actually work. Let's give it a redo. Because the model knows me as a young. I didn't put Blasian when I was training it, but it just knows me as Saint. I know that I have curly hair. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, that's so much better. That's less terrifying, right? I need a better model on myself, but much better. Actually, hold on. What if we up the inference steps to 40? So that like it trains me more. But it's like, I love, first off, love the white outline, warm smile, point. These two, top two, good contenders, great contenders. Fantastic, actually. Let's try it with a higher number of inference steps to see if it outputs it better. Come on. These won't be bad. These work well. Then we're in the game, baby. We're in the game, baby. Go on. 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 Go. 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 Good gens. Good gens. Good gens. Great gens. Good gens. I'm actually hyped. This gives me a lot of hope for really, like, just farming good thumbnails. That's such a complicated workflow, but okay, so upping the inference steps didn't really help. What if you try? Okay, let's go back to 28 because upping the inference steps didn't help. And in the upper right image is the text. Like, hold on. What's a YouTube video I want to try? Like this one. Okay, Humanity's Final Gold Rush. What if we put the text that says something like Humanity's Final Gold Rush, my thesis on AI. Million businesses in the United. What if I change this, right? Because my click-through rate on this video is like, we're literally just live YouTubing. See, my typical performance, this video should be at like 500 to 1,000 likes. YouTube is disappointed in me right now. See, but it's because the click-through rate is like lesser. 2.2k impressions. Okay. At least I gained 3 subscribers. When I first posted, I actually lost a subscriber, so it said -1. That didn't help. It's alright, but like this thumbnail doesn't really convey the information of what I'm talking about. Million businesses. So what if I rename this video to my thesis on AI? How to win the world with my thesis on AI? I don't know. Does that make sense? Not really. How to win the world with my thesis on AI. Shaq, help me out here, boy. Help me out here, my boy. How to win with my thesis on AI. Is this something I got a Gemini? Maybe. So this is my transcript. Right, so this is my transcript. Trying to think of a better title thumbnail combo. A thumbnail should only be... Does Matt only use 2 words in all of his videos? Matt... Like, are all his thumbnails only like 2 to 3 words? No, this one's 4 words. Okay, so it's like 5 words max. Okay, so it's like 4 to 5 words max. Let's say thumbnail should only be 2 to 4 words max. Trying to think of a better thumbnail. For the title, I'm thinking how to win my thesis on AI. Something along those lines. Previously, it was Humanity's Final Gold Rush. That doesn't make sense. I'm trying to hook a more intellectual crowd. I think something like that. How to win with my thesis on AI is like a much better video to post. Because like we're trying to, it's like using the psychology, right? Like the hook is I think it's oh Shaq, that's such a banger. That's such a banger. No, that's not cringe. That's not cringe. Actually. Wait, no, that's good. Okay, with the right thumbnail, that could be like a bang. This AI thesis could change everything for you. Let's make it more personal, okay? So it's like this AI thesis could change everything for you, right? Because then I feel like, what do you mean for me? Change everything for me? What AI thesis, right? So the title is this. This AI thesis could change everything for you. Not everything, everything for you, okay? Now what thumbnail, right? We want people to be able to like get hooked monetarily. So it's like, let's see how that could work. All right, this AI thesis could change everything from you. This title makes it feel more personal for users. It doesn't change everything in the world, but it has the option to change people's lives, right? But it has an option to change people's lives. What thumbnail text can go with this and other variations? Because I want people to click on this, watching the video, knowing that they'll walk out of it changed. Okay, Shaq, why do you like what you just wrote? Can you answer me that? Because I think it's good. And I kind of explained why I liked it, but I want to know why you came up with it. Asking why is very important. No one really asks why anymore. When you're a kid, you ask why all the time and you stop. Now, people like money. Unfair advantage. You're absolutely right. Adding for you makes the title intensely personal. It's just a promise of grand abstraction. So title, this AI thesis could change everything for you. Thumbnail text, the unfair advantage. And then money. Right? The unfair advantage and then dollar signs can make people be like, oh, unfair advantage with money. I like that. This could be good. Make sure it's not too long. No, this is not. This AI thesis could change everything for you. And then the thumbnail says, the unfair advantage. Maybe learn the unfair advantage. Money. I don't want to be too long. Shaq, you never answered my question. Why do you like that title? Why did you come up with that title? I'm very interested in your reasoning. It's very important. It's very, very important. Your final chance. I could A/B test with different thumbnails, so like we'll definitely try that. Unfair advantage, some old guy in a business suit wearing sunglasses in front of a massive stained glass office tower. I mean, I want to use my face in it. Change everything might make people curious if you have the right thumbnail. I mean, unfair advantage could be good, maybe. All right, let's try it. Fuck it. There's enough hypothesizing with the text. The unfair advantage. He's holding his right, and the background is dark. He wears a business suit. Actually, dark collared shirt is pretty clean. I like the dark collared shirt, right? It's like aesthetically clean. F-16 jet competing with a marathon runner. Oh! Just add yourself into the jet. What if we do this? What if we make people aren't inherently dumb, especially visually. We can make the text say the unfair advantage, and then I could hold like blurred money in my hand, blurred gold bars in my hand. I don't know. On the left side, he's young curly hair, he has a worn smile. He is holding out blurred gold bars towards the camera with one hand. What if we try that? Because it's like, I didn't really make that engaging of a hook for this video. Because like the hook for this video is just like a statistical fact. 37 million businesses in the US. 37 million businesses exist in the US and 27 million of them have no exposure to AI. I would feel that if you are seeking this information, that would be the hook itself. But we'll see. So you made like the text is small. The U fair. It didn't make the. He is holding out blurred gold bars towards the camera. Like this first one ain't bad. Ooh, wait, hold on. I need to visually say this thought out loud. I need to visually say this thought out loud. Saw a YouTube video right before I started stream where this guy made a video on how to fine-tune flux context on your own image. He was able to make a flux context image, understand himself, understand like what he looks, and then he's able to then train the image to like switch it to him. So like it goes from this man, right? So it's like he took that image of that man and then he just replace the man with Saqib as like a text. And then it replaces like that image with him, see? I feel like I could do the same with myself. Just like clean this up maybe. Well, see, that's the thing with AI. There's no one right answer. I could either like train a better image model, so it like this is close. This is off 20 images of just me. Yes, exactly. Like training flux context to add me into anything. So it's like there's two options. Is I could just make base images and then train flux context to add me to the base image, right? And the advantage of that is when you fine tune, like this is base model flux, right? This is flux dev base model. He is holding out money to his ear like a telephone, like a phone. He is holding out a stack of cash to his ear like a phone. Hello? Hello? But yes, okay, so anyways, what I was saying is with the two options that we have here, one is that we could train a better base model on myself. However, the thing that I noticed, so right now this is trained on 20 images. If I train this on like 50 images of me, it would be insanely better. 75 images, it'll look identical. All right, so if I could like, if I train this, the Saint Advantage. Why are you putting the Saint Advantage, bro? Oh, maybe side of image. Let me rephrase this structurally. This is important. Saints, a young Blasian man. He's on the left side of the image. He has curly dark hair. He wears a great dark gray colored shirt. His expression is a warm smile. He's holding out a band of cash to his. Let's keep this. It's kind of funny. Let's try this. Check out Ryan Trahan. If you want a creator who does thumbnails really well with their faces. Oh, these are nice and simple. Ah, thank you for showing me this. Oh, that's cool. Okay, this is really cool. I like this a lot. Especially like, look, his little house thing right here. So it shows like what episode or whatever. Okay, the main thing I was gonna say, so nobody, if you're still here, kind of like the idea is giving the model your height will help your proportions related to. Huh. It's really interesting. I didn't think about that. Let's try that, actually. Where'd it go? Did I close it? Oh. Yeah, this just made me look really weird. Why is this one? Young Blasian man. Medium height. I don't know. But what was I saying? Oh, okay, right. So you have two options. One is train a very strong base model to look identically. To train identically to me, or to look exactly like me. The fault of that is that it might generate a really bad image. And so the fault of fine-tuning a Flux base model is that the text generation could become worse because I'm adding a layer on top of it that doesn't have any text generation unless I add images of myself with text generation already in it, which is complicated. These are so funny, and it's so close. We're like almost there. Right. Actually, I need to like draw this out, bro. This is actually like an equation. It's an engineering problem, right? So, right, the goal is to create an image model on myself that creates high CTR YouTube thumbnails. All right, so this is the main goal. I, as a content creator, when I create an image model on myself that creates high CTR YouTube thumbnails, I can just spit out content like candy, bro, and have like a generated, like consistent style, and just spit out content like thumbnails are the most important things. Most importantly, I want this for streams, because one thing on YouTube that my friend Ray Fernando is doing that I learned from is that if you set a stream for the thumbnail and then start the video itself with a hook as if it's a YouTube video
to enhance humanity's metacognition.
Right? YouTube pushes out live streams as if they're an actual video. So like, this is my friend Ray Fernando, and look at his lives, just as an example. So it's like he's putting in, like, he makes thumbnails for the live and then starts off the video like a hook.
What we do know is that it's.
But these are live
Will we
streams,
get
right? So these are like
GPT-5 today?
4-hour videos.
Sam Altman
And the thing is, YouTube will push out your streams, which is crazy. So it's less so, it's more so for that. When I do my streams, I want to be able to literally just like generate an image on the spot for my stream, right? So go create an image model myself that has high CTR. Now the context of what I currently have what I currently have. Flux fine tune on 20 images of myself. But it's kind of mid. Okay, this is what I currently have access to and what I currently made for myself. Can I not make this longer? How do I make this longer? There you go. So what I currently have. I have a flux fine tune on 20 images of myself. We have two paths here. Okay, so you have two paths. But a third one inevitably meets. So we have two paths to the final third. Path one, right, is that I could, path one, retrain flux base model on 50 plus images of myself for higher quality gens. But then, right? But then there's a con to this. Let's say potential con. Okay. Potential con. Flux model fails to create cohesive. Alright, so one fault I've noticed training image models is that when you fine-tune a flux base model on images of yourself and just have a fine-tune in general, unless that fine-tune is about text specifically, it loses the ability to generate good text. So for example, flux context. Like I saw this somewhere. Where is it? Flex context fine tune. Like if I search up flex context fine tune, will it show up? This is very important for me to see. Is it down here? I saw my own post. Fine tune, no space. Flux dev, fine tune text. Flux dev, fine tune text. Bro, it was such a good post. Please don't. Oh, okay, right here. Perfect. Beautiful. So like, Flux is so good with text that if you fine tune a model in specific typography style, you can get that style for any text you want. And like, this is sick. But this is a fine tune specifically on generating good text, which means the model just strengthens its ability to actually make good text in a very interesting fashion. These are sick. And this was a training set. Bro trained it on just 6 images, I guess, which is crazy. Wild, wild. However, when we're not training it on just text, it actually loses cohesiveness to generate good text. Like, it's not too bad here, but it could get worse. I'm also kind of guessing. Now, the other option that's available, just to put the chips on the table, is that one, right? Let's go path 2. Path 2. We could train a flux context model to replace, train a flux context model to replace any person, right? Now, so the path number 2 is that we could actually train a flux context model to replace any person with me. The idea of this is, right? Idea of this, use base flux to generate a high quality YouTube thumbnail, then replace the person with me. So my idea behind this is I could kind of like train, not a flux base model on images of myself, but train a flux context model on images of myself, and then generate a base model, right? Because when we went back here and we tried one of these, we saw these were all good. All right, so just for text reference, so like flux dev, and then so these were simple, just like 16:9 landscape. See, but these thumbnails are good, and I'm not getting thumbnails of this quality with my own gen, despite, like, where'd my gen go? So I'm not getting like thumbnails of this quality, with my own model, right? Like these are really good. Like the text is awesome, the background is clean, the person is perfectly like white highlighted. You see what I mean? So like the model loses the ability to like perform a higher quality prompt that I specifically need because I ruined it by training it on myself. Now by doing option 2, we could then potentially take one of these images and, like this guy did, is just then fine-tune a Flux context model to be able to take these base images and then replace them with myself. And based off this guy's examples, it seems to work fantastic, right? So it's like, see, doesn't change anything from the background. Very, very important to pay attention to that. Look at this. Background, identical. Identical. Only the person's changed. So, again, if it leaves everything else identical, and then it just changes me as a person, that would be fantastic. Also, the text, like I can make the text bigger here or whatever, but that is kind of the thesis behind this concept right now. Now, the thing with these two paths, in path 2, you'll have to do 2 prompts, right? Yeah, so you'd have to do the original prompt with Flux, with a base Flux, and then reprompt it with a Flux context to replace the person with me. So that's 2 prompts. But here's path 3, right? Once we do path 3, this is what path 3 is. Path 3, use the base model from path 2 to train. Use the workflow from path 2 to train a base model on generating high quality thumbnails with my face. And then we just retrain a base Flux model. And that's path 3. So we do path 2 first to create a high quality data set of images we could use with text with my face. And then from that data set, we use that to just retrain a Flux base model that knows how to make good thumbnails, that knows my face, that knows my style, and knows how to make like our style of thumbnails. And then we have a base model that we could use for thumbnails and generator. So that's the full circle moment. So that's path 3. That's kind of what I saw, but I wanted to like explain it out loud to see if it made sense. Anyways, I do have to go, so I'm gonna call that stream today. This is actually good work, so I'm very excited to pursue this, and we'll actually explore this further because I think this is important, and it'd be cool to like really hammer this on stream. So we'll focus that on next stream. I'm actually enjoying the stream schedule. So I didn't want to stream on Friday because I thought I would get burnt out, but now I actually am excited to stream. So we'll stream again on Friday because I leave Friday for my recording days, but I've also kind of been like just recording in between.